Good morning. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about forms of energy. The first form of energy is heat. From page 478 till 482. What is heat? Heat. What is heat? To know what the meaning of heat, try to put your hands on a bowl of a hot soup. So, what will happen? You feel your hands get warm. Why? Because heat moves from the hot bowl to your cool hands. Your hands already cool and the hot soup already warm. So when you put it in this bowl, hot bowl, the heat moves from the hot bowl to your hands, so you feel heat. Heat is what the meaning of heat? Heat is the flow of energy between objects. Heat can flow through solids, liquid, gas, and through space. So, be note this, so important. Heat always flows from a warmer object to a cooler object. So, what the meaning of heat? Heat is the flow of energy between objects. Sources of heat. What the meaning of source? Source is where something comes from where something comes. Like the sun. The sun is Earth's main source of heat. So we have many sources of heat. All heat is energy. All heat is energy. Sun is a source of heat. Fire is a source of heat. Electricity is a source of heat. Sun can heat air, land, and water. Fires use chemical changes to produce heat. How? Did you remember when we talk about chemical changes, when we burn the log of wood, it will give you fire. So now fire use a chemical change to produce heat. Light bulbs and stove use electricity to produce heat. If you try to touch it, it will be heat. When you wrap your hands together, it will give you heat or you feel heat. Heating objects. Some objects heat up faster than others. For example, at the beach. Sun can heat sand and water, but the sand gets very hot and the water stays much cooler. That you feel it. How does heat affect matter? All matter is made up of tiny particles, as we talk about the matter. All the matter inside it are tiny particles. These particles have energy. When the particles move, it has a thermal energy. What's the meaning of thermal energy? The energy of moving particles of matter. The energy of moving particles of matter. So what's the meaning of thermal energy? The energy of moving particles of matter. So if we have a hot object like a soup, it has a lot of thermal energy, so its particles move quickly. If we have a cold object like ice cube, it has a less thermal energy, so its particle moves slowly. Be note this, when you measure an object's temperature, really, you measure a thermal temperature. So, what the meaning of temperature, as we talk about it in grade 1 and 2, a measure of how hot or cold something is. So, temperature measures or describes how much the thermal energy in the object has. So if the object has more thermal energy, so it has a higher temperature. Thank you.